Hello Tesla fans. This is a story about my flat tire and all the things that went wrong and the very poor roadside service and incompetence of tire repair dealers. So this is my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's get started. Okay, about 3 weeks ago, as of tomorrow, and today is September 17th, I believe. I came down to service my plane, and after I got done, came back over, and guess what? Right rear tire was flat. I thought, oh crap, because I'm on the airport, which is a secure area. It's hard to get to. I didn't have a plug kit with me, which I should have, and I've learned since that I will carry one. Anyway, I found in the tire, right about here, just about a third of the way in, I found this. This is my $350 screw. Found that in the tire. And I thought, okay, not that big a deal. I'll call roadside service. So I call roadside service, absolutely worthless. I talked to somebody, I think her name was Lisa. Anyway, she basically told me they didn't have tire repair service in my area, it's Albuquerque. And she talked something about bringing out a tire and a rim, but I thought, yeah, this is crazy, and I'm not even sure that they could do that. So I decided to walk over to the FBO, which is Atlantic, and fortunately, Daniel and Cheryl were gracious enough to let me borrow one of the crew cars, and I went over to AutoZone and bought a slime tire repair kit, and I'll show a picture of it right now of what I bought. I wouldn't buy that again. It was not very good, but it did get the tipper repair working. So I pulled the screw out. I couldn't get to the hole without backing up, and so I had to back up, and then I had to take off the mud flap so I could basically get in this way to do the plug repair. And putting the rasp punch in that hole was very, very difficult. I suggest if you get a tire repair kit, make sure it's got some grease or some kind of lubricant that you can get that in. Finally got it done, got it patched. Then I had to fill the tire up. Well, I've got a tire bicycle tire pump I use on the airplane. I'll show you that right here, but it was going to take forever. I've got a compressor right there that I could use, but I didn't have a tire chuck. I do now, obviously. So luckily I had, if you watch my video on the accessories I bought, I had this Harbor Freight pump in the car. And the reason I put that in there is I think it was Tesla Raj did a video and said he got a flat and was able to, even though he didn't take the nail or whatever it was out of the tire, he was able to pump the tire up and get back home. And I thought, well, maybe I can do that too. So anyway, this pump is excellent. First time I've used it. I've had it for a long time, never used it, but it is excellent. It's quiet, it's quick, works off the 12-volt outlet in the car. Really liked it. So pumped up the tire, went home, and I thought, well, I'm going to check the plug. And of course, the plug was leaking, so that wasn't going to work. So I called Discount Tire to see if they could do the flat repair. They'll do them for free, but they're notorious for finding every excuse under the sun not to repair the tire so they could sell you a new one, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So I went in, the leak was slow, so I just kept pumping the tire back up. I went down there Monday. They took the tire off. It looked like they were going to patch it. And then all of a sudden, oh no. Guy walks over and he goes, oh, can I show you your tire? So I go over there, and the plug was there, and there was this little piece of wire. And he goes, oh, well, when we got that wire, we can't do it. We can't fix it, or I'll get fired. And I thought, yeah, like typical Discount Tire. So what I did is I had him put the tire back on, and I went home, and I actually found a YouTube video by the American Tire Association that basically says, hey, it was published 6 years ago. It says, hey, you could do it. You could fix it. Even you just take a carbide bit, drill the hole out. It cuts off the wires. You patch the tire, and away you go. So I knew they were, obviously trying to sell me a tire. So I tried to find a place that would repair the tire. And I found a place, Peerless Tires, and I would not recommend them, totally incompetent. Went down there, they took the tire off. I'm sitting in the waiting room and I hear this guy in the back going, "Well, didn't you mark it? Didn't you mark it?" And I thought, well, that's kind of strange, but I didn't think much of it. The guy finally comes out and he goes, "Well, we got it plugged, but your tire's still leaking." And I said, "Well, are we talking a pound a week, or what, what are we talking?" He goes, "Well, I don't know." So anyway, I took off. I got home, and by then I'd bought a floor jack, and this is a picture of the floor jack I bought from Harbor Freight. $80. They don't take the 20% coupon, but the very next day, I love this, very next day I got a coupon in the mail for $20 off. Now, the old days, $20, I would have packaged the thing back up, taken it back over there and see if I could get that $20 discount, but nowadays I'm not going to do that. It's too much of a hassle. Plus, I think they've got a restocking fee they try to charge you so they can, you basically wouldn't really work out. So anyway, I jacked the car up, took the wheel off, and lo and behold, there were now 2 holes in the tire, about an inch and a half or 2 inches apart, where the patch had been done by them, and then there was another patch. And I thought, how in the world did that happen? What happened is they drilled a hole about 2 inches from the other one, thinking that they were drilling out the right one, and they weren't. So they ended up patching 2 of them, which means tire's basically shot at this point. You'll never be able to get it to patch and work. So $22 for that repair. Again, in the old days, I would have gone down there, got my money back, and tried to get them to pay part of the new tire. But nowadays, it just seems like it's just not worth the hassle. So I went ahead and went in. I came home and I decided to put a double plug on the hole. I put a double plug on it; it still leaked. So I gave up and called up Discount Tire, got them to order a new tire, and it was going to be there in 3 or 4 days. So 3 or 4 days later, went down there, had them install it. Total price $351 for the new tire. The tire had 1,800 miles on it. Now, I know the way that hole was in that tire. Had I taken it to a reputable firm that would patch it properly, there's absolutely no way that patch wouldn't have worked, and the tire would have been just fine for probably the life of the tire. But what I've done now is I've got the floor jack. Oh, I also have these little pucks, and I bought those, and they work great to protect the bottom of the car when you're jacking it up. And also now I'm carrying this repair kit, and I used it on, you're not going to believe this, but 2 weeks ago my motorcycle got a flat tire. I haven't had a flat in like 30 years. I get the car flat, and then about a week or so ago I get a flat in the motorcycle, but I use it on the motorcycle. It works like a champ. I highly recommend this tire repair kit. Stay away from the slime. So anyway, new tire on, all the stuff done, and that's my sad story, and I could have stretched it out a little bit more, but I don't think I will. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions about the process, let me know in the comments. See ya.